The 2 months lyric that you have in there, that part of it for us would be worse than going through a breakup.
Yeah.
Is having to see someone with someone else so fast.
Yeah. And that, I think, I'm really grateful too, because I've actually experienced that a million times before.
Is Hollywood's bad boy turning bad once again? Yep, you got it right. Our little birdies are back at it again with some piping hot tea. And it's about JB. Are the cute pictures and videos the couple post online merely for show? Or are the rumors of divorce looming for nothing? Stay tuned, because we've got all the deets and receipts. The Justin and Hailey nuptials have been one of the most controversial Hollywood couples to date. What with the rumors of abuse, cheating, and even Hailey being constantly pitted against Justin's ex, Selena? But with everything else going on, is the tight-knit and Christ-centered relationship they've built starting to crumble and fall? Or has it been doomed from the start? At Can She Do It? Yes, in response to someone saying they want to become Hailey tweets. So you'd rather be second choice? Yikes. Mean, but honestly not an unfound claim, because in case you guys forgot, their timelines even overlapped. Not surprised with Justin's history, but we'll dive into that a bit later. So where did the paths converge? And why do I say it wasn't an unfounded claim? Well, that's because in the great Jelena year of 2017, after all fans had lost hope of a comeback, the two were spotted having breakfast together. Mind you, this was right in the middle of Selena's 10-month relationship with The Weeknd, and with that bore Call Out My Name. Selena and Abel probably had such a good run, but when she was found immediately having breakfast with her infamous ex, then all hell broke loose. Fans were going crazy. One tweets with a very suspicious gift. So Selena Gomez and The Weeknd break up just randomly after her and Justin went to breakfast and church together? It was very sus indeed. Although it gets quite confusing because some fans think that it was after the breakup. As this Twitter user points out, Selena Gomez breaking up with The Weeknd and having breakfast with Justin Bieber makes me feel a lot better about past decisions I've made. But hey, regardless of whether it was done before or after their breakup, the deed was done. And really, having breakfast with your ex is one thing, but to actually go to church together? Somebody see all those peanuts? Because that is just nuts with a capital N. An insider from Us Magazine revealed that the two were indeed back together, saying, Selena and The Weeknd just fizzled and ended amicably. It wasn't dramatic and it wasn't about Justin, but Selena always had feelings for Justin. So, from late 2017 to mid-2018, Jelena was back on track. And they were spotted being all lovey-dovey. They even went to Jamaica together to attend Mr. Jeremy Bieber's wedding. Yep, Justin's dad. Okay, look at this picture of Justin hugging Selena by the terrace and tell me if that isn't full of emotion at all. They do say that love is sweeter the second time around. But unfortunately for the Jelena shippers, this second chance didn't last long at all. And this is only where our tea starts brewing. So, after a rekindled love affair of a couple months that apparently sealed up Justin and Selena's 7-year relationship, no less than a month later, Justin and Hailey were reported to be hooking up. Okay, I thought I was the only one weirded out by this, but @KimBeho1 also tweets, it's so hard to understand how Justin went from effing Selena 4 months ago to effing Baskin 2 months ago and then get engaged to Hailey Baldwin after ignoring her for like 2 years? Life's so effing crazy. Except for all the profanities in your tweet, dear Kim. These were my thoughts exactly. Just how fast was all that? Oh, and get this. 3 months later, the couple gets married. One Twitter user says, Justin rushed to engage Hailey, and when he was just with Selena not that long ago? Like, what the F? One Twitter user sums all of this up nicely by saying, I am happy for Justin, but he was literally with Selena a few months ago, and then he had something with Baskin shortly after. And if he had patience with Hailey, then I doubt stans would talk crap. I think a month is ridiculous and rushed. And to add fuel to that fire, one source says that Justin stayed away from Selena to be loyal to Hailey. I guess someone's not over their ex yet, huh? And it's definitely not Hailey. Not to mention the fact that Justin and Hailey did have a relationship way back, and they ended it in 2016 on not good terms. Hailey opens up saying that she cared too much about the Canadian pop star, that she remembers she told herself that it doesn't even matter to me if he's in my life in like a romantic way. Just like I care about him so much that I want us to be in each other's lives and that be okay. Well, she got what she wanted, all right. Just not exactly the way it was meant to be. Their marriage isn't so full of trust either, because Justin reveals in an interview with GQ that the first year of marriage was really tough because there was a lot going back to the trauma. There was just a lack of trust. Talk about the obvious, Mr. Biebs. The two even went to a marriage counselor in 2019. Figures, really. Hailey says, the thing is, marriage is very hard. That is the sentence you should lead with. It's really effing hard. She also adds, I think any relationship can fail, Hollywood or not. Is it harder in the public eye? Absolutely. The big question mark here is also, why did the two rush so much into the marriage? It's not like they wanted any kids or were forced to get married, right? Although this doesn't seem to be a question mark anymore because Justin himself answers this. In his interview with Vogue magazine, Justin admits that while a desire finally to have sex was one reason why they sped up to the courthouse, it was not the only reason. Okay, that was a little too disorienting, and @Bieber's joint agrees too when they tweet, Hailey and Justin rushed the F out their marriage just so they could F. And now they have a whole kid that Justin expressed he ain't ready for. For all that, y'all could have had sex before marriage. Honey, the kid rumor was just a faux, but everything else was on point. Another fan quips. Learning that Justin Bieber's song Holly is about how bad he wants to F Hailey, so he rushed into marrying her as a born-again Christian is not my favorite fact. @Zany Raindrops tweets, I know what's happening. Justin and Hailey decided not to have sex until after marriage, but they got sick of waiting, so they rushed it. LMAO, horny teenagers. Okay, after all those comments and opinions, you guys must now agree with me when I say that that is some weird stuff right there. I didn't even get to the best part yet. So, remember a few years ago where Selena literally changed her number so Justin couldn't contact her? And it even came to the point where Selena herself stopped their mutual friends from forwarding her own number to the sorry singer? After that whole debacle, Justin doesn't seem to learn from his mistakes because rumors are circulating that he once again contacted his favorite ex. The source says that even though the Lose You to Love Me singer isn't very eager to keep the contact, JB persists and rants about Hailey to Selena, saying that she is a little too obsessed with religion sometimes. He basically feels like she's gone too far. Selena, of course, thinks this is all sad, but so do we. To make this funny, Justin seems to believe that this isn't cheating. But from the words of Olivia Rodrigo's hit track, yes, you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. Ooh, that stings. Our girl Hailey isn't as blind as we think, because apparently it did get to a point where she couldn't take it anymore. She opens up in an interview how she called her mom sobbing, saying, I just can't do it. I guess the happy couple didn't really seem as happy as they looked. Considering all of their issues as well, Justin opens up that he did have some rejection issues, saying, I think I had a lot of rejection issues that I had to just fight through. So there's that. After all, how can you give love if you can't seem to love yourself? But despite all of that, I am quite happy to report that the two are apparently going strong. As your celebrity reporter, it's important that we cover both sides, okay? I don't necessarily agree with the pace that the two have been going, but I'm not too obsessed with them ending. Justin shares in a podcast that neither of us are going to be the person to say, I quit. Well, he better stick to his word. For the folks out there totally obsessed with their divorce, this Twitter user has only a few things to say, and she tweets, "Some Justin stans talk crap about Hailey and saying that they want their fave to divorce. It's like they want him to be miserable again now that he found someone who actually cares for him. Y'all seriously don't give an F about Justin, and it shows." Ooh, did you guys see that? That was the mic getting dropped. So hey, let us know what you guys think. Is Justin true to his lyrics in As Long As You Love Me? Or will he flake and tell Hailey to love herself? Comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one.